Hello everyone. Today, we're building a full motion graphics video completely from scratch. No motion graphics software, none, just flashboards. Please, take a look. You know this idea? It's already there, in your head. But while you piece it together from 10 different windows, as your focus keeps getting pulled in every direction, while you're chasing fragments instead of the whole, it fades. And suddenly, there you are. Alone, idea gone, head empty, emotionally sponsored by chaos. Flashboards keeps the idea whole. Everything you drop onto the canvas, references, clips, voice, prompts, stays right there with it. Nothing gets lost between tabs. At the center, a prompt box. Everything around it, your process laid out the way you think, where the idea doesn't fall apart. Flashboards, built to create. Good news, Seedance now has a 30% discount. So the price goes from $0.302 to $0.211. Here's the roadmap we're going to follow. We'll start with the idea, move into references, then build our still shots, shape everything into a storyboard, bring it to life with Seedance transitions, and finally polish it in After Effects or DaVinci. Now let's break it down. We start where we always should, the idea, a short script to guide us, and double as our voiceover. Using a few carefully chosen references, we begin by selecting the character reference, colorful 3D elements, a meditation pose, and some icon references, a simple prompt, and we get our first draft. Good start, but not quite there. So I iterate, reuse the result, refine the prompt better. Next, remove everything outside the head, cleaner. Finally, bring in a new background reference, combine everything, and now, Scene 1 is locked. So once you got a concept you liked, things get easier to manipulate. Scene 2. Using Scene 1 plus the 3D elements reference, I generate the next shot with a more detailed prompt. One issue, those connecting lines, quick fix, select the result, short prompt, gone. From here, the process becomes a rhythm. Moving next, we'll select the second scene we've just generated, write our next prompt, and here it is. Moving to the next one, same colorful elements reference with a new, more organized one, a detailed prompt, and the first draft is ready. Now, building upon the scene we just generated, we'll tweak it a little to make those elements more organized in a grid. And here we go. We keep building upon what we already have to maintain style consistency. So moving next, selecting what we have, writing a detailed prompt, and our next one is ready. To make a specific card escape the board, we'll select the new scene, type a new prompt, and yup, that's it. For the next scene, where he's sitting at a desk and working relaxed, I'm going to select this new reference and our main character, then type a detailed prompt describing what should happen, and Nano Banana 2 did just that. For the next one, to make him catch the flying media card, I'm going to select what we already generated, the card itself, and the board the card is escaping from, which is the previous scene. With a suitable and specific prompt, it's done. For the prompt box scene, I'm going to select an image of the prompt box in Flashboards, our 3D elements again, followed by the prompt, and here we go. Tweak the result a bit, update the prompt, and we have our chosen scene. For the next scene, selecting what we generated, followed by a previous scene to keep the same media card's look dev, and a screenshot from a Flashboards video we made. And with the right prompt, they are all combined perfectly. And for the last scene, selecting the first scene, describing what's happening with a prompt, and it's done. And just like that, we have a stylized and consistent storyboard ready to be animated. Now, before going any further in the process, don't forget to upscale all your results to 4K for more accurate and consistent results with Seedance 2. Moving now to Seedance 2 and the video generation process. First, I made a full body shot and a close-up shot of the main character to maintain that level of texture, starting by selecting both as references along with the first scene. Type the prompt, and the first scene is alive. Since I selected the duration to be 15 seconds and the actions are simple, you'll notice that the result is slow, but we'll fix it later. Moving to the second scene now, keep the first scene selected since it's going to be the start frame, followed by the next scene as the end frame and the close-up character shot for texture clarity. Type a detailed prompt of what's happening, and here we have our second scene. Man, look at you. You just elevated the whole idea. Keeping everything selected, I'm only going to update the prompt with a shorter description this time. And just like that, we have a second variant of the same scene, which we can also use. Now, a very cool trick to keep everything seamless and connected, I'm going to select a frame from the end of this current scene, upscale it, and use it as an input to be the start frame for the next scene, then follow it with the next scene itself and a short prompt. And here we have our next scene starting exactly where we left off. Repeat the same process by selecting a frame from the end of this shot to be the start frame for the next one. Then select the next scene. A short prompt again, and here we go. Get back to a frame we want to start the next scene with, followed by the next scene, and typing yet another short prompt again, here we have it. Notice that it's not always a complex or long prompt. For the next one, to make the media card escape the board, I'll select the board shot first, followed by the flying card shot. Type the prompt, and it's done. Let's keep everything selected and update the prompt with a shorter one, and just like that, we have another option to use. Notice that it's not always a long or complex prompt. Sometimes a short, clean one will do the trick. Now for the next shot, I want to make things easier for Seedance 2 to understand what's going on much better from the first try. So I will first make another pose out of our next scene, then another pose in between where the media card is trying to get out of the monitor. Select all three now for Seedance 2 and type a detailed prompt. And there you have it. Keeping everything selected and only updating the prompt with a shorter one, we have another option to use, combine, or choose from. Moving next, I'll select this scene as a start frame and the next one as an end frame. Describe what's happening with extra details, and we have our first try. And once more, keeping everything selected, update the prompt with a shorter version, and there we have a new option. A complex prompt when I want control, a short one when I want variety. More options, more directions, and so far, it's looking really good. And for the final scene, I'll grab it and type a prompt to animate it. And there it is. From the generated result, I'm going to select a frame from the start and make it an end frame for the previous shot to keep everything seamless and the transitions smooth without any glitch or cut. So selecting the previous shot and this shot we just took, type a proper prompt for the transition between both. Seedance 2 is doing a great job with those transitions. And for the final shot and logo reveal, I'm going to select a frame from the previous shot and the logo itself. Type the prompt. And just like that, it's here and done. Now that I have all of the scenes ready, I'll move into After Effects for a very simple editing. As you can see, all I used is a time remapping to make scenes bit faster where I want them to be faster, and added the voice over as well. And it's all done. If you like the video, like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.